Hello and welcome back. I am Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some more of our campaign, ReFactorissimo AI. Letters.
Well, it's a lot better than Desynctorio, so...
Yeah, I'd like to see Google Translate auto caption figure that one out.
Work that one out, bitch.
Good luck. Anyway, so how you been? It's been a day. Nah, it's been like 5
12
minutes.
hours, technically. We're recording this in the middle of the night.
Of course.
Alright, so the next the next one that I've got to make... oh, no, not zone remover.
Okay. If I can just finish this one quick train of thought thing that I'm working on, then I'll come back. You can show me your next doodad, because you've imported these blueprints that you spent a lot of time on. We want to figure out most of it, like, kind of on the fly, but some of it, especially the performance-wise stuff, and the fact that, like, basically the only reason we stopped playing last time was because of the desyncs. We didn't want to stop playing, so Stejo just went and played on his own solo, the bastard.
Yeah, well, this is really, like, performance-centric, to be honest. Which is why I kept these ones. But I didn't do any of the interesting stuff with the haulers and things like that, because I didn't want that being major, and the zone removal thing took a lot of brain power to work out how I was going to do that. This is when I get comments that are like, yeah, well, I could have worked it out in like 10 seconds.
Well, obviously. Everybody knows Stejo's a dummy.
You're a fucking dick. That's what you are, mate. Straw man, you're a dick. And I hate you.
I've done it wrong.
You've done it wrong.
No, really, I will actually come and pay attention to you in just a moment.
That's alright, the wires got a bit fucked up there, so...
I was explaining to Stejo why I'm doing what I'm doing right now, and that is that we don't have any logic in place right now, so that the chain gunners, the attack vehicles, will not be idiots. So they're glad, though they will gleefully even just run off and get executed without ammo in their inventories. So I'm making sure 100% right now that they definitely don't run out of ammo, because I don't want them to just go off and get killed. But maybe soon,
kinda likes them.
maybe soon we can code them to come home if they have no ammo. Special little. I don't know how that would work. How would it override the general attack command, or, you know?
Oh
like
yeah, like I can sort that. The thing is now, it's like, yeah, I could do that easily by having each individual chain gunner have their own little thing and have all of that sorted for them. But now it's like, oh, that's a lot of scanners.
Yeah, and we want lots of derps. We want. I mean, we're at 20. I think was the threshold we decided to use, and I like maybe even the idea of having more.
Yeah.
I like the offensive little guys.
What I'm going to have to do is each individual derp is going to have something like what we've done with the zones, where it iterates through them.
Yeah. Just pick.
I feel like that's yet another thing that doesn't need to be like every tick. So they don't need a new command every tick just to update their command.
Yeah.
So we could have that going like every 30 seconds or something. That doesn't need to be.
Well, there was a post on the actual forum about like how to make like a rearm command. So we obviously know it can be done. There's so much that can be done, but real quick,
it's crazy.
You were super geeked about this, and I just wanted to show it off real quick. There's a new picker functionality that Nextla made where you can actually like move and rotate these things, and they actually remember their wire conditions and everything.
Yeah, the main thing is the memory of the wire conditions.
Nextla, why doesn't it work on electrical poles? You see this? Do you see this right here? Cedar, look at this. I want to move this big electric pole down by one tile and keep the green wire connections so it doesn't mess up your stuff, but I can't. Yeah,
I feel like you should extend it to electrical poles and chests.
Yeah, I just can't do it. So it's in my way.
That's alright, just remove it.
No. We'll do it like this for now. I'll create a this is stupid. Move that one, and now I'm gonna put it where I want, and now I'm gonna wire that one and then move the other one there. All right, I think that will hopefully be ample bullet production, and it also means that this one is not necessary now. Okay, so you have a new blueprint. Another one? What do you got?
Yeah, it looks very similar to the last one, except it's got this little addition on top of it.
How's that addition change it compared to
Okay,
before?
so this the first arithmetic combinator at the bottom here that you're standing beside.
The first arithmetic combinator at the very bottom. XY?
So what no, that I'm standing beside.
Oh,
here.
this one.
The one that's got it's got water signal and land signal.
Okay.
So basically that takes any scanned signal from the tile scanner, and if it's a water or a land, it converts that into an O, like a signal 0, just as the signal that I'm using.
Mm-hmm. Which means that it's... Well, isn't everything always going to be that?
Shouldn't exactly. So this basically will trigger whenever a new tile is scanned. And then the next
Wait, hold on.
arithmetic.
Doesn't every tile scan meet that criteria? Doesn't every tile scan have? So why do you need that?
Because it puts
it's always true. You just basically got always true.
Yeah, but it makes a signal.
Okay.
You with me?
I'll just say yes. Sure. Mm-hmm. Okay. And so you've got an always true signal. If true, then true. Got it. Next.
Right. So, well, it's not. It's arithmetic. It's not a decider.
If the input is...
It's not if. It's water. The water signal plus land signal output signal 0. Although I could probably do
water signal plus land signal. All right. Okay.
Can I?
This one I don't understand.
Let me check.
But you can move on if you'd like. It was working in tests, right? So.
Oh yeah, it works. So it basically takes any tick. So it senses when a new tile has been scanned.
For the very first time, or just in general?
Just whenever.
So when this
is where there's an assumption being made, but I'll get to that at the end. So it takes, whenever it's got a tile scanned, it takes that input and converts it into a signal 0, so that's just a uniform output that we're using.
And right now it's not doing any, right? I'm not seeing any.
Yeah, it's stopped right now.
Okay.
And I'll show you how it's got a manual restart for when it's finished. Then the next arithmetic combinator turns it into a negative signal.
It takes each multiplies by a -1 to turn it into a negative. Okay. Yep.
Yep. And then that is then pushed to the. It's then pushed to this decider. No, let's push to the output, the decider combinator, but that's for another reason. So that combines the output of this decider combinator with whatever signal we're using.
Gotcha. So whatever negative signal it's detected is added to the output side of the decider, but the decider is deciding what? If green is 1, then output everything at input count, which then gets added to the negative. So you're zeroing something out, basically? Is that what's happening?
So basically it's checking to see if the signal 0 is greater than 0. So if there is tiles to scan, then it will output a green signal saying, yes, there's still tiles left to scan, which then allows this decider combinator, which, oh my god, if you press your show detailed info and actually have a look at the wires coming from this, you can see how it's complicated for me to explain.
Yeah, well, just out of curiosity, I'm going to ruin everything for you. Can we do something like this?
Yeah, like it won't make
any difference. And just temporarily move them so we can see the wires easier? Or does that just confuse the shit out of everything now? That is so handy, by the way, because you can keep things organized one way. You can even do like Control-Shift-R and like turn it around, and the wires don't forget which part they're supposed to be connected to, and you just get it all organized. And then when you're all done, then you just like smash it all together into a confused mess, which is probably what you did and why it's hard to explain.
Well, it's because there's signals coming from two ends and kind of meet in the middle and decide things. So what I've got here, this arithmetic combinator, you can see it's got two distances and output in a 0. So it multiplies the distance signal by the distance signal and outputs a 0. So that distance signal comes from the constant combinator,
which is 500, which is how far you want it to scan up to.
Yep. And then that it multiplies by itself to decide how many tiles there are in that radius, because it says radius, but it's actually a square.
Right, because
that's the way that Factorio works.
Well, it's tiles. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. So that then, every time that a tile is scanned, the stuff on the right hand side will remove one from that output, which is then checked against this decider combinator that we looked at before to give the green signal to see if there's still more tiles to scan.
Okay, so this basically, if I'm understanding correctly, I don't completely understand every part of all the combinator stuff you said, but it essentially says, okay, I've got a 500 radius, which means actually 500 north, 500 south, 500 east, 500 west. So I've got 1,000 by 1,000 tile grid. So I've got 1,000,000 tiles to scan. I'm going to check each one just once. Once I've done all of that, I've scanned them already, so don't scan them anymore.
Yes.
So you've kind of, it's still random though. The tile scanner itself randomly picks.
It's still random. But this is just it's a shut off. Yeah. So once it's scanned every tile, and this is where the assumption comes in, I'm assuming that the random will never duplicate tiles. So it'll never scan over a same tile again, which is a pretty big assumption.
That's a big assumption, because we were looking at the code. There's math random in there. I think it could. I think it very easily could scan the same tile.
Yeah. Which is, it's rough.
Tricky. A little tricky. But at the very least,
it's just a way to get this to stop constantly doing it, even after it's already found everything.
Have you actually run it like on high game speed to see like how long it takes to turn off, and do you have a clear indicator for when it's off?
Yeah, you'll see the indicator.
It'd be cool if the tile scanner itself would stop spinning if it wasn't scanning.
It would be cool.
Where is the actual indicator? There's your light. So it's on.
That's it scanning.
So just out of curiosity, just to mess with your stuff and ruin everything, if I change it to like 1, there, it's off.
Yep.
It scanned everything within one distance of what? Itself? But it's but it's like a 3x3 entity. So where does
it's one out. So literally like where I'm standing.
So like a box around the machine.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So if we make this, say, 50, I'll do that relatively quickly. And then you need to reset it with a little jump start.
Why?
Because if you were constantly sending a signal, then it would never stop.
How did you jump start it just now?
You send a red wire from the constant combinator to this arithmetic combinator. To the input of this one.
Yeah, I'll never remember to do that, so that's going to be your job. So the lamp is green. Lamp green.
Yeah, which means it's scanning.
And because of the fact that... go ahead.
You can mouse over this top one and see how many it's got to go. It's got 1,600 to scan, 1,500 to scan.
And again, this thing is scanning once per tick, which is 60 times a second. So in theory, it should only take, what, 1,200 divided by 60 equals 20 seconds? Assuming it's not scanning the same... We could actually test this, couldn't we? Couldn't we do an exact number of tiles that we know for sure if it weren't duplicating scans, it would take exactly this many seconds. Then we could run a clock adjacent to it, and the lights should both turn off at the same time. And if they don't turn off at the same time, we know that it is scanning the same tile more than once, because they wouldn't finish together.
How would you?
Well, I mean, you set a range of 50, so we've got 50 tiles out from the edges of this entity, right?
But how would you know that it scanned them all? There you go, that's it turned off.
If it never scans the same tile twice, we already know the exact amount of tiles it has to scan. So you just take the exact amount divided by 60 ticks, and that's how many ticks it should take. Unless it's scanning the same tile over and over again, in which case it'll end up taking longer. I'm just saying we could test to find out if it's actually.
I've got an idea that's a lot better than that.
Oh yeah, of course you do. Why am I not surprised?
Constant combinator.
Here, I will help.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Actually.
I shall resist.
I would like... Oops, I didn't mean that. Alright.
See, I am helping. My nanobots. They're helping.
Okay, so we've got my little setup here. We've got it set to 50 is quite large, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, so I'm still a little confused on this one part. You said that it's like when I had it set to 1, you said it's 1 tile out. So this entity, is it? I can't even tell actually. Is it a 2x3 or a 3x3 entity?
I think
Looks like it's a
3x3?
Looks like it's a 2x3. I don't know, kind of.
Well, the easiest way to do it is
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So
it's
3x3. So if you did a setting of 1, then you've got 9 tiles. Does it even scan those initial 9 tiles? It must.
I don't know.
You think it scans underneath itself? That'd be interesting. So we need a number, preferably that's a multiple of 60. Based on a square. All right, I think I have an idea.
You've got an idea? That's never good. Means you're interrupting my idea.
Sorry, you go on. On you go.
Alright, do you think that's a big enough one? Will that encompass the 25 by 25?
A good number, a good range to test for an exact number of seconds, if you wanted it, would be 30.
30?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that would give us an exact AOE of 900, which is 15.
Well, it doesn't really need to be an exact number of seconds because it'll shut itself off. Like I've already got a shut off.
Oh, okay, I see what you're doing. I wasn't even looking at the game. Yeah, you're right. We can just see. Well, can we see? How do we know? Every single tick, we would have to be watching every single file to see if it removes them.
I've got 15 set, so this should remove everything within a 15 tile radius of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15. Yeah, that's big enough. Okay, and let's just hook it up. Okay, so nothing should be happening until I jumpstart it. And then every single tile within a 15 tile radius should be cleared by the time it stops.
Well, of course it will. Wait, it stopped.
Yeah, exactly.
Why did it stop?
I don't know.
You broke it. I didn't touch anything.
Well, it stopped because it got to the radius.
What?
Like that was it. That was all it needed to scan. That had enough text to scan every tile in a 15 by 15.
And it didn't get them all. So you're saying
it really didn't get them all.
You're saying it's very clearly, definitely, the random function is scanning the same tiles many times.
Is my math wrong then? Because that seems like an awful lot of duplicates.
Right. Well, again, we can calculate exactly how many we expect it should be able to remove if it's not duplicating.
Yeah.
And then we could actually do a count to see how many it actually did and see like an efficiency percentage, which tells us the number of duplicates that it did. But that, even for a random distribution, that does seem like it should still be much higher. Granted, you know that thing, you ever hear that rumor, or that, it's not a rumor, but the thing where if you take like 30 students in a classroom, there's like a 98% chance that 2 of them have the same birthday?
Yeah.
It's like that type thing. So, I mean, we're scanning, what, 900 tiles in a 15 by 15 or whatever it is? 225
It does actually
tiles?
seem like it's a circle as well.
It looks like,
maybe I'm wrong.
Anecdotally.
Yeah, it was anecdotally. Yeah, it's not anymore.
We're under attack.
Yeah, we're under attack?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's the derps.
Your derps are sitting in the exact same spot they've been in since the beginning of the video, by the way. Bottom left corner. They're not leaving. I think your scanner to indicate attack zones has a wider reach than your D zone marker. So they've killed the thing and now they're just sitting there because
We
the
had
markers.
this conversation before.
We did?
Yeah, it can't possibly have a longer scan range. Because the dezoner checks.
And why are they still down there?
I don't know. I'll go check.
I'm telling you that they are probably hugging to death a little thing. There's like a little...
So yeah, unfortunately this doesn't work because it is scanning the same... Like I've just told it just to keep scanning, and you can see how little it's actually got.
Yeah.
Out of that 15 by 15 radius.
But it is making progress. Just wait a second. I'm finishing research on cars. Just make yourself a car real quick. You can actually craft cars. Well, it's true, yeah. They are pretty quick. Here's your hauler.
Haulers are cheaper.
And you know, well, here's the funny thing. You do need fuel. You do need fuel if you drive it. It's only when they cheat. Hey, let me in. Why can't I get in there? It's a hauler.
That'd be
crying
awesome.
Out loud. I can make my own.
You so should be able to. That'd be great. Although I can imagine if you did, there would be fucking desyncs.
Well, of course. There's always a reason to desync.
I like how I can crash into shit and my vehicle just gets fixed.
I think that's Nanobots repairing it though. The crashing into some entities. See, like my car's not getting fixed because I don't have any repair packs on me. You must have repair packs in your inventory.
Nanobots, yeah. I'll make way for you.
Okay, just so you know, I'm five engines away from upgrading to a car. I'm gonna outmaneuver you. It's a race. So apparently there's like upgraded things we can put in, like gears and motors and stuff that we can add to the vehicle equipment grid to make these things run faster. I'm really excited about that. We've done one research in 2 episodes.
Yay. Yeah, well, they've killed it.
Yeah, they killed it good. Here, let's just give them a quick command to like not sit there so we can reveal that tile that they're standing next to. All right, your command to send them home is what's missing then.
Okay. Well, I can sort that.
Or yeah, it's probably part of the right half of the setup maybe. Also, at some point we've got to decide how we're going to handle the cotton candy that ends up just laying around everywhere.
Yeah.
Because they don't teleport it home, they don't do anything with it, they can't pick it up. Although I think Iredale said that there's going to be a new entity that's supposed to, it's like a new vehicle that's going to maybe
like a collector.
Yeah, a collector vehicle. So anyway, yeah, we gotta take a break already. Oops.
Yeah.
Hey, it's AAI vehicles mod series. That's all we do. Is talk about AAI, and there's also that Factorissimo thing. I'm sorry, Magma. Eventually, we'll give your mod the attention that it deserves.
Yeah, eventually.
All right, we'll see you guys in a little bit.
Bye bye.